we do not know what this equalizer is, we need to subtract or add or make at least an equal manipulation to see what it is, right? To see what is this equal part that we need, and what is this unequal part that we need to equalize out. In order to find it, we need to make an equal manipulation and see what's left over. So I have 5 euros, my brother has 2 euros. I need to subtract 2 euros on both sides to see what's left. Yeah, it makes sense.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bananas. And on the right hand side, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they are indeed equal.
Yeah, this is nothing. Yeah, this is nothing. You won't learn anything if we do this. Actually, you won't learn anything. I mean, just look at how this is, goes on, and nothing here actually will, and nothing will be created here. Nothing good comes from doing these exercises.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blueberries here. So we have 5 blueberries. And we have 1, 2, 3 cherries. 3 cherries. Now, if I wanted to figure out the total number of fruit that I have here, I could say the total number of pieces of fruit. What should I do? Should I add 5 plus 3? So should I add 5 plus 3? Or should I subtract? Should I do 5 minus 3 to get the total number of fruit that I have? And I encourage you to pause the video now and try to think about it on your own. Well, if I want the total number of fruit, I'm starting with 5.
So you have a group, and you have a description of the group in two terms, in a sum. This is a term and this is a term. If this is plus, yeah. This is what I meant before, that you have the same thing. It's just a different sentence that expresses the same thing. I mean, this is probably why we say it's an expression. Like 5 plus 3 is an expression. It expresses the same as 8.
5 blueberries. And now I have 3 more. I'm going to add 3. I'm going to get a larger number of fruit. I start with 5. I'm going to have 3 more. So I'm going to add 3. And so how many blueberries do I have? Well, what's 5 plus 3? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of fruit. 8 pieces of fruit. Now, what would 5 minus 3 have meant? What would 5 minus 3? 5 minus 3. What would that mean? Well, you could imagine starting off with 5 pieces of fruit. Let me copy and paste that. Copy and paste that. So if you start with 5 pieces of fruit, and now if you're subtracting 3, this means taking away 3 of your fruit. So take away 1, take away 2, and take away 3. So how many are you left with? Well, you're just left with these, 1, 2, right over here. So 5 minus 3 is 2. So if someone says, hey, I have 5 blueberries and I have 3 more cherries, how many pieces of fruit? Well, now I'm going to be adding. But if someone says I have 5 blueberries and then I ate 3 of them, how many do I have left? Well, then you have 2 left. So we're given 4 different equations here, and each of them have a blank, and we need to fill in that blank with a missing number. So let's do each of these. So on the left-hand side of this equation, we have 1 plus 4, and that is equal to, so 1 plus 4 is the same thing as, well, 1 plus 4 is 5. If we take 4.
I'm glad he said it's the same thing. So here I would tell my kid, this is a sentence. This is actually a language picture. It's talking to you. What is it saying? And whatever it says to you, try to express the same thing on this side, just in a different way. Kinda like you say, I love daddy, or daddy, I love you. It means the same, but find another way. This is what I would tell you, my child. I would try to teach him that this is a language thing.
And if you add 1 more, you're going to have 5. So now we finished that one, because 1 plus 4 is the same thing as 5. Now here we're saying 4 plus something is the same thing as 5. Well, we just figured out that 1 plus 4, or 4 plus 1, is the same thing as 5. So 4 plus 1 is 5. So notice there we have the equation. 4 plus 1 is the same thing as 5. Equals means that what's on the left is the same thing as what you have on the right. Now we have blank plus 2 is equal to 5. So what plus 2 is the same thing as 5? Well, 3 plus 2 is equal to 5, or 5 is equal to 3 plus 2. Now you go here. Well, now that 3 plus blank is equal to 5. Well, we already figured it out because 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. So we can write 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. Then we can check ourselves, and then we can keep going. So now we have some subtraction. So what's the same thing as 9 minus 3? So if I have 9 things, and if I were to take away 3 of them, I'm going to have 6 left. 9 minus 3 is the same thing as 6. 10 minus blank is equal to 6. So what do I have to take away from 10 in order to have 6 left over? Well, if I take 4 away from 10, I'm going to have 6 left over. Now something minus 1 is the same thing as 6. Well, 7 minus 1 is going to be equal to 6. And then we get 8 minus blank is equal to 6. So how many do I have to take away from 8 in order to get to 6? Well, if I take away 1, I'm going to get 7. If I take away 2, I'm going to have 6. So 8 minus 2 is equal to 6.
Okay. Yeah, now I would tell my child it does not matter what this actually is. If it just gets added up. No, this is not what I would tell my child. I would tell my child that you have 2 things and then you have 4 times another thing. No, it's the same thing. You have 2 times this thing and then you have again the same thing 4 times. And then I would maybe lay something out in front of him, which is the same. It does not actually matter what is the context of points, right? I mean, it can be completely arbitrary. It can be a pink flying elephant. Doesn't matter. It's the same as there could be millions, right? There could be 2 mil plus 4 mil, or 8 mil, and you get 6 mil, right? And every child will understand this, that a name is kind of a box, right? If they call you a lunatic, they want to put you in the box of another lunatic. So you are 1 lunatic, and you get added to 6 lunatics, you make 7 lunatics, right? This is what I would explain my child here, and then I would give them these examples. Yeah, I'm a better Khan Academy than Salman Khan. 1 in the tree, 5 on the fence. Now this is kind of confusing. 1 in the tree does not give you any context, right? It should say squirrels in tree and squirrels in fence. And this is not correct. This is not mathematical. It should be how many squirrels you see. 1 squirrel in the tree and 5 squirrels on the fence. And then it should be, the answer is wrong, right? It should be then, wait, 1. It should be 6 squirrels on the tree and fence, right? Just 6 squirrels, then it should not talk about fence and tree. Very, very misleading Khan Academy. Very bad to destroy the thinking patterns of our children. Okay. This makes sense again because if bubbles make 8 bubbles. Okay. This is wrong again because 7 eggs would be correct, but if you talk about blue eggs and green eggs, then it should be 7 green. Here should be 7 green and blue eggs should be the answer, not 7 eggs. Completely destroying thinking again. This should be not safe for children. Again, same shit. 5 on the tree, 10 on the ground. 5 on the tree, 5 on the ground makes 10 on the tree plus ground. Right? 10 on the tree and ground. It does not talk about apples here. I know you have the picture as context, but this is not correct. This is a math We should teach math. No, that's very, very bad. I would not release this to the public. 2 mice plus 3 mice, 5 mice. This is good. This is good. Okay, there were 7 hens. 2 hens fell asleep. How many hens are awake? Well, I guess there were 7 hens awake, right? 2 fell asleep, 5 hens are awake. This is okay. Puppy Pete hit 6 bones. He hit 2 bones outside. How many inside? Well, we have no other information. This is okay. You can do this. There are 10 penguins. 8 of them like flowers. How many do not like flowers? I mean, we don't know, right? What? Okay, let's not make too critical here. There are 6 rabbits. 3 rabbits like carrot. How many rabbits do not like carrots? I mean, there's nothing say about the remaining 3 rabbits, right? Maybe they are indifferent, right? They say I don't like it, but it's not that I hate them. It's neither. I just don't care about them. Or it could be that the others love carrots. Well, but this would include probably like, but okay, whatever. Okay, now I'm being an asshole. Let's go on. There are 9 pigs. 4 pigs are in the mud. How many are not in the mud? Oh, I mean, I'm not thinking really right now. Okay. I feel like by this time now, Kid Row already figured out the pair.
I have 2 green balls and 3 purple balls. So how many balls do I have altogether? Well, it's going to be 2 purple, 2 green.